Firstly, I want to thank you all for coming in Paris, because it is the very first time you come in Paris. So it is really cool, because we are pleased to meet you, Bioware. What can you tell us about this new Mass Effect DLC?
Well, the new Mass Effect DLC is called Omega. It's the latest single-player DLC coming out for Mass Effect 3. It'll be available November 27th here in France, 28th on the PlayStation 3. And it's something that a lot of our fans have been waiting for quite a while. It features the character Aria T'Loak. She was the crime boss on Omega. Many people met her during Mass Effect 2. She's sort of a ruthless warlord crime boss in control of the entire space station of Omega. Then between Mass Effect 2 and 3, there was a comic book written by the Mass Effect lead writer Mac Walters called Invasion, and it tells the story of how Cerberus, the pro-human group, attacks Omega and deposes Aria. And in Mass Effect 3, players meet Aria sitting on the Citadel, and she is fuming and brooding about how upset she is. She has lost Omega. Well, the new DLC, Commander Shepard and Aria, will take Omega back.
Can you describe the features included into Omega, please?
So one of the cool things about DLC is that the team gets to explore things that they couldn't do in the main game. So sometimes you'll see different combat, different ways of gameplay. One of the cool things about Leviathan, which was a previous DLC that we released before Omega, was that it had this cool investigation option, so you feel kind of like a detective. So Omega is going to have its own unique gameplay features, a lot of fun levels, maybe some new enemies to fight, as well as some fun new characters that you'll get to meet and explore this backstory.
We learned a lot about the lore of Mass Effect into the previous DLC, Leviathan. Is there any surprise into Omega?
Well, if we tell you that, it will not be a surprise. There is something in Omega that many fans have been asking for since all the way back in Mass Effect 1 that is finally in Omega. So we know our fans will be very happy to finally see this thing when they play.
As you said before, Aria T'Loak is one of the most important characters of Mass Effect 2, and we can also meet her into the Purgatory Bar into the Citadel in Mass Effect 3. Now she is the main character of Mass Effect 3 Omega. Is there any upcoming DLC about her story?
I think that this will wrap it up with Aria. If you're interested in Aria specifically, one of our comics, Mass Effect Invasion, actually kind of talks about the backstory of how Aria lost Omega. So if you play this DLC and you still want to hear more about Aria and Omega, check out Mass Effect Invasion, which is a Dark Horse comics.
When we played Leviathan, we were surprised it took us many hours to discover all the features of the DLC. Will Omega be longer than Leviathan?
The length of DLC is always very difficult to say, because one person will play and they will not do everything, and it will be a shorter experience. Other characters will do a lot of exploring and talk to everybody and go into every area, and it will be longer. So we never like to say, oh, it is 1 hour, it is 10 hours, it is however many hours. It is different from person to person, but I think it is fair to say that Omega is one of the larger DLCs that Bioware has made, and we think the fans will really enjoy it.
Is there any multiplayer feature in this DLC?
This is a single play only DLC. However, the team is really kind of pleased and grateful at the reception that Mass Effect multiplayer has gotten. So Mike Gamble said it back in San Diego, if the fans keep playing it, we'll keep making DLC for it. So, we don't know if things from single player DLC might end up in multiplayer DLC, but we're really happy about how many people are enjoying the multiplayer.
We saw some footage of Mass Effect 3 on the Wii U during the presentation that Electronic Arts showed us. We were impressed by the Wii U pad and all the opportunities it offers. What can you tell us about the Mass Effect 3 on Wii U?
We had a really amazing, dedicated team who worked specifically on the Wii U and developing for it because we're one of the first titles to come out with Wii U. So it's an awesome opportunity to kind of explore unknown territory and figure out, how can we use this amazing gamepad to complement and heighten the senses that you get with the game. So there's a lot of interesting features that it might take a few clicks to see it on an Xbox, whereas with Wii U, it's already right there on your screen and you can switch back and forth. So I think that, everyone at home in Edmonton is very, very excited about the opportunities with Wii U. We have a great partnership with Nintendo, and I'm just really forward to what the consumers have to say.
Is there something you want to tell to the French community?
We feel really fortunate to have such a passionate following with the French fan base. We work with amazing product managers and community managers such as Alex, who brings the fan feedback from France to us. So I would just kind of say thank you so much for your feedback. Keep telling us what you like about the games. Keep telling us what you don't like about the games. We're working on new content, things like blogs and forums to help connect our fans with the studio and make that a more seamless integration. So, we're always able to chat. We're online. My Twitter is Jessica Merizan, Chris is Chris Priestly, Alex is Alex Moreau. You can even ask Holly, tweet Holly Conrad for any cosplay type things. And everyone should cosplay more. We're seeing some amazing fans out here that are putting on their first costumes, and that's really exciting. So, it's just really humbling for us to come here to Paris and meet with fans and talk to them. And even if, you can't come out to a live event for whatever reason, we're still thinking about you, and we really care about you, and we value all our fans.